Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick follow-up to my last video where I talked about the leaf battery system that I've been setting up and the control circuit that I've been putting in place to switch the inverter on and off on the Schneider Conext SW4048. So that's what's on the breadboard here. I've cleaned things up a bit and I've gotten the Batrium BMS controller in. So the circuit's still the same idea, just using a relay to temporarily pull down the control line for the Schneider through a pair of capacitors, so that way with the normally open and normally closed contacts of that relay each having a cap to ground, either when the control relay on the BMS opens or closes. Either way you'll get a momentary pulse down of the control line to the Schneider, and since it normally uses a momentary close switch to toggle the inverter state, that kind of simulates that behavior and turns the inverter on and off. So the Batrium is all hooked up here. I'm going to have to rethink my pack layout a little bit. You can see that those large horizontal bars that I'm using that came out of the leaf to create this 24 module pack are in the way of where those LeafMon boards would want to go right across the bus bars. So I'll have to think about what to do about that. Unfortunately, those horizontal brackets really are what give the pack its kind of rigidity and strength. Without those, it sags when you try to pick it up, since it weighs several hundred pounds, and the threaded rods, I guess, are just not quite enough to support the weight. So anyway, that's something yet to be figured out, but I've attached these binding posts to the leaf boards and reused the wiring that I had in place previously for the cell logs in order to at least get the Batrium system up and running. So that's set up on both packs here with one board per parallel block, 8 boards total for 16 cells, and the shunt set up now. So I've just finished doing a discharge, so I should be able to quickly go in and just change the threshold, get it to start up, and then shut back down. So let's see if I can manage to do that one-handed here. So I'm going to control logic, I'm going to edit, I'm going to change the threshold at which the discharge, sorry, I need to go to the discharge tab here, don't I? So we go to discharging, edit, shunt low resume. You can see that's currently highlighted. That's what's disabling discharge currently. So I'm going to turn this down to 56.3, and I'm going to save that to the Batrium, which it just did. So now we ought to see that re-enable here in a moment, since our voltage is currently, there it is. So first you saw the LED come on and a relay click from the Batrium. Then this LED came on, which indicates that the Schneider is back into invert mode. I'll switch to the chart here. You can see we're now pulling 3,800 watts out of the battery. And that battery shunt voltage ought to go down fairly quickly. Below, I think 55.8, I think is where I have the threshold set. So once it's been below that for 5 seconds or so, there's the other click. The charge or discharge relay is now off, and that LED is off on the BMS. And the little indicator LED from the Schneider on my interface board's gone off. And we can see that the power out of the battery is now down to 20 watts because the inverter has been disabled. So it's pretty cool that that's all working. Still got some more work to do to get things cleaned up, but it's nice to see that idea seems to have worked out. Thanks for watching. I'll let you know how things go.